Have you ever felt like the world just turned its back on you? Have you experienced that crushing moment when someone you trusted hurt you deeply, leaving you wondering how things could go so wrong? That feeling, it's raw, it's real, it stings in places you didn't even know could hurt. You wonder how you are supposed to keep going when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. It's not just the betrayal that cuts deep, it's the uncertainty that follows. You start questioning yourself, your choices, your worth. Why did they do it? Why did they hurt you? It's like you've been punched in the gut and the air gets sucked out of your lungs. It's overwhelming, and for a moment, it feels like the pain will never go away. You are not alone. Everyone has faced this. The pain of being let down by someone you cared about. The weight of broken trust. The sting of betrayal. It's so easy to believe that the hurt will define you, that this is the moment when everything changes for the worse. But here is the truth. This is not the end of your story. This pain you are feeling, it's only the beginning of something much bigger than you can imagine. Stay with me till the end of this video, because what's coming next is going to change how you see this pain, how you see your future, and how you see yourself. You'll realize something that will transform everything you are going through. You are going to understand why this hurt is not the end, but a stepping stone to your growth, your strength, and your ultimate success. Hold on, because what happens next in this journey will show you the power hidden inside this pain. Keep watching. The best is yet to come. Think back to the exact moment when everything changed. The moment when you realized you had been hurt. It wasn't just a passing disappointment, it was something that stopped you in your tracks. It wasn't just that they let you down, it was that moment when you saw their actions or heard their words, and something inside you snapped. That moment when you felt like all the trust, all the love, all the effort you had put in just disappeared into thin air. You felt like you were standing there empty-handed, trying to pick up the pieces of something that no longer existed. The weight of betrayal settles deep inside, and for a second it feels like the world is crashing down on you. You wonder, how could they do this? How did I let myself be vulnerable enough to get hurt? That defeat, that feeling of being completely knocked down, it's more than just the hurt. It makes you question everything. Am I not good enough? Did I fail? Was I too trusting? You feel like something in you has broken, and it's hard to see a way forward. You might even ask yourself, what now? What's left for me after all this? But here is what you need to know. That feeling, it's normal. It's part of the process. It's human. It's the way we react to the sting of pain, to the disappointment that comes from being let down. It's natural to feel defeated when life feels unfair, when you've given so much and it feels like nothing was returned. The emotions are real. But the most important thing to remember is this. The defeat you feel right now doesn't define you. It only marks where you are, not who you are. The moment you feel defeated is not the moment of your downfall. It's the moment of transformation. That crushing feeling, it's a signal that change is coming. It's a sign that something inside of you is about to shift. You are standing at the threshold of a new chapter, a new beginning. The defeat is not permanent. It's just a part of your journey, a step you have to take in order to get where you need to be. Your journey doesn't end here. In fact, the pain you are feeling now could be the very thing that pushes you forward. Think about it. Every time you've been knocked down, you've gotten back up. Every time life seemed impossible, you found a way through. You have that strength. The fact that you are still here, still fighting, shows that you are not the same person you were yesterday. That's the power of struggle. It reveals your true strength. This defeat, this moment of pain, is not the end. It's the moment you decide to rise again. And when you rise, you won't just be standing. You'll be stronger, more focused, more determined. You will take this pain and use it to fuel your journey to greatness. It's time to stop looking at the hurt and start seeing the power that comes from it. Right now, you might feel like the hurt you've experienced is the end of the road. It's understandable. When life throws us curveballs, especially when they come from people we trusted, it's easy to feel like we've been broken beyond repair. The pain, the disappointment, the heartbreak, they all add up, creating a sense of finality. It feels like this is it. Like here is no way out. but I am here to tell you here is so much more to your story. What if I told you that this pain you are feeling is not the end, but actually the beginning of something greater? It may seem impossible to believe right now, but this moment of hurt holds a lesson. It carries with it the potential for change, growth, and transformation. The truth is, the most painful experiences often lead to the most profound growth. Pain can push you to a place where you discover strengths you never knew you had. It can drive you to become the person you were always meant to be. Think about the times you felt the most lost, the most broken. Those moments, while painful, have often shaped you in ways you didn't expect. After every setback, you found something inside you that was stronger than you ever imagined. Those challenges, though difficult to endure, sparked a fire within you, a fire that now burns even brighter. And this moment, this is no different. When someone hurts you, it doesn't just leave scars. It leaves behind a blueprint for who you can become. Every time you face adversity, you have a choice. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it shape you into someone even more powerful than before. Right now, it may feel like you've been knocked down, but trust that the very act of standing back up will forge a stronger version of you. The pain you are experiencing has a purpose. It's part of a bigger picture that you might not see yet, but trust that it's there. You are being tested. And while tests can feel unbearable in the moment, they reveal the true depth of your strength. They strip away everything that isn't essential and leave you with what truly matters, your inner resilience, your drive, your will to move forward. When life hurts you, it's not about the pain itself, it's about how you respond. It's about what you do after the hurt. The world will try to knock you down. People will disappoint you. But those things will only hold power over you if you let them. Instead, take this moment to reflect on who you are becoming. See this pain as the catalyst that will propel you toward greatness. And here is the real power of this moment. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. The greatest victories often come from the deepest struggles. The most powerful people are not those who have avoided pain. They're the ones who have learned to rise from it, to turn it into something that propels them forward. It's easy to feel like a failure when life doesn't go as planned, especially after you've been hurt, you've been knocked down, you've faced disappointment and betrayal. And in those moments, it might feel like here is no way out. But here is the truth. What defines you is not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. That's the power of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep moving forward even when everything inside you wants to quit. It's not about avoiding pain. It's not about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about embracing the struggle, facing the discomfort head on, and pushing through it. Resilience is about not allowing your circumstances to define you. It's about taking control of your own story. When life hits you with its hardest challenges, that's when your resilience is truly tested. But this is where the magic happens. Because it's in these moments of pain, of heartache, that you discover a strength you didn't even know you had. Think about it. Every time you faced hardship, you found a way through. You may not have seen it at the time, but every single time you've gotten back up, you've built something unshakable inside of you. Resilience isn't just a trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more you use it. The more you push through the tough times, the more you learn how to rise above your circumstances. With each challenge, you gain new wisdom, new strength, and new determination. You are not the same person you were before the pain. You are becoming something greater. But here is the key. Resilience doesn't mean that you won't feel the weight of your struggles. It doesn't mean you won't feel discouraged or lost at times. What it means is that even when you feel down, you will always rise again. You will find a way to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems unclear. You are learning to be stronger with every setback. Every disappointment is an opportunity to test your resilience, to prove to yourself that you are more than the circumstances you find yourself in. And this is where things start to shift. As you continue to grow in resilience, you start to understand that pain is not the enemy. It's not something to run from. It's something to use. Because the greater the pain, the stronger your resilience becomes. What happens next is that you stop seeing setbacks as failures, you start seeing them as stepping stones. You start to recognize that every struggle is a chance to grow, to evolve, to become more than you were before. This is how the most successful people, the most powerful people, build their greatness. They use their pain to fuel their growth. You have that same power within you. You have the strength to rise above the pain, to turn every obstacle into an opportunity. Every challenge, every hurt, every disappointment, it all has the potential to make you stronger. And as you build this resilience, you will realize that nothing can stop you from reaching your full potential. It's easy to look at your struggles and wish they'd just disappear. We all wish we could avoid the pain, the heartache, the disappointment that life sometimes throws our way. But what if I told you that your greatest strength is hidden inside these very struggles? What if the pain you are feeling right now is the key to unlocking your true potential? We often think of struggles as obstacles, as things that hold us back. But the truth is, struggles don't just reveal what's hard, they reveal what's hidden inside of us. The person you are today may not be the person you would have become without those struggles. Every hardship you faced has shaped you, built you, and strengthened you in ways you can't even imagine yet. Think about the toughest moments in your life, the times when you thought you couldn't go on. The pain, the frustration, the doubt, it all seemed overwhelming, right? But what did you do? You kept going. Even when you didn't know how, even when it felt impossible, you pushed forward. And with each step, you learned something new about yourself. You learned how strong you truly are. Those struggles you faced, they didn't break you. They tested you. They made you discover a strength that wasn't visible on the surface. Inside every challenge, inside every hurt, lies the opportunity for growth. The deeper the struggle, the stronger the person it has the potential to create. T here is a powerful truth about the human spirit. We are built for resilience. We are designed to grow stronger in the face of adversity. When life challenges us, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a signal that we have the ability to rise, to fight, and to come back even stronger than before. Every scar, every hardship is a reminder that you made it through. And not just that you became better because of it. What you are experiencing now might feel unbearable, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just a phase. This struggle will pass, but the strength you are building will stay with you forever. The person you are becoming through this hardship is someone who is more capable, more determined, and more resilient than ever before. Your strength is hidden in your struggles, but it's always there. It's there in the quiet moments when you keep pushing even though you feel like giving up. It's there when you stand up after being knocked down, when you keep fighting even when it seems pointless. Every time you refuse to let the pain define you, you are becoming stronger. So when you face struggles, don't look at them as something that's happening to you. Look at them as something that's happening for you. Every challenge is a chance to unlock a new level of strength, a deeper sense of resilience. Your struggles are shaping you into someone who can overcome anything that comes your way. You are becoming more than you ever thought possible. The hurt, the pain, the obstacles, they're all part of the process. And the more you push through, the more you'll discover just how powerful you really are. T here is a moment in every person's life when they have to decide, will I let this pain destroy me, or will I turn it into something greater? Pain is inevitable. It's something we all experience at some point. But how we handle that pain, how we choose to respond to it, that's what makes all the difference. Pain doesn't have to be something that holds you back. It doesn't have to be something that keeps you stuck in the past. If you are willing to take a step back and look at it differently, you'll see that pain can be the very thing that propels you forward. You see, every hurt you've faced has a lesson hidden within it. Every challenge, every setback, every disappointment is an opportunity for growth. It might not feel like it right now, but in time you'll see that this pain has purpose. It's pushing you to be more, to do more, to rise higher than you ever thought possible. When you experience pain, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. It's easy to get lost in the emotions and let them take control. But what if, instead of seeing pain as an enemy, you saw it as a teacher? What if you could look at the hurt and say, this is shaping me into something stronger? Because the truth is, pain has the power to create transformation. It forces you to evolve. It forces you to find new strengths, new ways of thinking, new approaches to life. Pain is not a roadblock. It's a doorway. It's a doorway to your purpose, to your power, to your potential. And once you step through that door, you'll realize that the struggle you've been through wasn't just something you had to endure. It was something you were meant to go through in order to get to where you were supposed to be. It's easy to think that your purpose is something you have to find somewhere out there, as if it's something you have to search for. But in reality, your purpose is built through everything you go through. Your pain, your struggles, your obstacles, these are the things that will ultimately shape you into the person you are meant to become. You don't have to look for your purpose. It's already inside you, waiting to be uncovered through your journey. And that's where your power lies. You are capable of turning the hardest parts of your life into the most powerful parts of your story. Your pain will not be wasted. It will become your driving force, your motivation to keep moving forward, to push through, to create a life that's even greater than what you once imagined. The greatest people in history, the ones who have achieved extraordinary things, didn't do it by avoiding pain. They did it by turning their pain into something that fueled their journey. They used their struggles as stepping stones. And you can do the same. So look at your pain today, not as a curse, but as a blessing in disguise. It's the catalyst for your growth, the spark that will ignite your purpose. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you realize that nothing can stand in your way. The power you've been searching for has always been within you. All it took was the courage to turn your pain into purpose. When you've been hurt, T here is a temptation to hold on to the pain. It's natural. After all, it feels like a part of you. You remember the faces, the words, the moments that left you broken. And in holding on to those memories, you think you are keeping control. But in reality, you are giving the pain power over you. Holding on to the past, to the people who hurt you, to the memories that weigh you down, it keeps you stuck. It stops you from moving forward. It stops you from becoming the person you are meant to be. Here is the truth. Letting go is not about forgetting the past. It's not about pretending that it didn't matter. It's not about wiping away the hurt. Letting go is about freeing yourself from the grip that pain has over you. It's about choosing to stop living in the past and start living in the present. It's about finding peace in your own heart, regardless of what anyone else has done to you. You might be thinking, how can I let go when the hurt still feels so fresh? How can I move on when the pain is so real? The answer is simple, though not always easy. You let go by shifting your focus. You let go by choosing to take your power back. When you hold on to the hurt, you are giving it power. You are letting it dictate your thoughts, your actions, your future. But when you let go, you take that power back. You reclaim control over your life. Think about it. Every time you hold on to the past, you are stopping yourself from stepping into your future. You are carrying around baggage that doesn't belong to you anymore. And that baggage weighs you down, preventing you from being the best version of yourself. But when you choose to let go, you free yourself from that weight. You create space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new growth. Letting go doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you are giving up. It means you are strong enough to acknowledge that the past is over and you are ready to move forward. It means you are wise enough to realize that the only thing standing between you and your future is your willingness to release the hold the past has on you. When you let go of the hurt, you make room for healing. You make room for peace. You make room for joy. And as you release the pain, you'll find that the weight you've been carrying for so long was never yours to begin with. It was never yours to hold on to, and it's not yours to carry any longer. This is your moment. The past no longer has control over you. You are free to step into your future with strength, clarity, and purpose. The power of letting go is that it allows you to move forward, to become who you are meant to be. It's the key to unlocking your potential and embracing the new opportunities that are waiting for you. It's easy to get caught up in the destination. We all want success, happiness, peace. We see these goals in the distance, and we think once we reach them, everything will be perfect. But what if I told you that the destination is not where the magic lies? What if the true power, the true transformation, comes from the journey itself? The journey is where you learn, where you grow, where you discover who you truly are. Every step you take, every challenge you face, every setback you endure, it's all shaping you into the person you are meant to become. It's easy to look at the end goal and feel frustrated because it feels far away. You see where you want to go, but the path seems long and filled with obstacles. But that's where the beauty is. It's not in the destination, but in the lessons you learn along the way. When you embrace the journey, you begin to see each challenge as an opportunity, each obstacle as a stepping stone. You stop seeing struggles as something that's blocking your way and start seeing them as something that's shaping you. Every hardship, every struggle, every setback, it's all part of the process. And the more you embrace the journey, the more you realize that it's not about reaching some perfect endpoint. It's about the person you become in the process. You see, life is unpredictable. It's messy. It's not always going to go as planned. But that's what makes it beautiful. It's the unexpected moments, the uncharted paths, the tough times that teach you the most. If you only focus on the destination, you miss the richness of the journey. The journey is where you build resilience, where you develop strength, where you uncover your purpose. When you embrace the journey, you begin to see that each day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to evolve. You start to see that success isn't a final destination, it's a process. It's a series of small steps, small victories, and small moments that come together to create something greater than you ever imagined. So, don't rush through life hoping for a perfect destination. Instead, slow down. Embrace where you are. Embrace the lessons, the growth, the struggle. It's in these moments that you'll find the strength to keep going, the resilience to overcome, and the wisdom to create a future that's even greater than you ever dreamed. Remember, the destination is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. The journey you are on right now is preparing you for something bigger, something better. The lessons you learn today will be the foundation for tomorrow's success. Embrace the journey, because it's shaping you into the person you are destined to become. What if the only thing standing between you and the life you've always wanted is your belief in yourself? It's easy to doubt yourself when the world seems to be against you. You might look around and see others succeeding while you feel stuck. You might compare yourself to people who seem to have it all figured out, wondering why you can't seem to get ahead. But here is the truth. The key to unlocking your potential isn't external, it's internal. It's in your belief in yourself. Self-belief is not about having all the answers, knowing exactly how to get where you want to go, or never making mistakes. It's about trusting that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. It's about knowing that no matter how tough the road gets, you have the strength, the resilience, and the determination to keep moving forward. When you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. Most of the time, our biggest obstacles are not the ones we face outside of ourselves. They are the ones within us. The self-doubt, the fear, the insecurity. These are the things that hold us back more than any external circumstance ever could. But when you develop self-belief, you begin to silence those voices of doubt. You begin to trust that you have the power to create the life you want, no matter the obstacles in your way. The key to developing self-belief is to stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on what you have. What skills, strengths, and talents do you possess? What experiences have you overcome that prove you are capable of more than you think? The more you focus on what you've already accomplished, the more you realize that you are capable of achieving even more. You have a history of success, even if it's small. You've made it through every challenge life has thrown at you up to this point. So, why doubt that you can make it through whatever comes next? Believe in the power of your potential. You are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or your failures. You are defined by your ability to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep believing in yourself no matter what. When you understand the power of self-belief, you understand that nothing is impossible. No dream is too big. No goal is too far out of reach. It's time to let go of self-doubt and embrace the belief that you are capable of greatness. Because once you believe in yourself, you unlock doors you never thought possible. You stop limiting your potential based on fear, and you start expanding it based on belief. Every step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Remember, the most successful people didn't get to where they are by accident. They got there because they believed in themselves when no one else did. They pushed through the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty because they knew their worth. You have that same power inside of you. You just have to believe it. Failure is something we all experience, yet it's often the hardest thing to accept. It feels like a setback, like proof that we're not good enough or that our dreams are too far out of reach. But failure is not the end. In fact, it's one of the most powerful tools for growth. If you've ever failed, it's not because you are weak or incapable, it's because you are human. And it's in those moments of failure that you have the greatest opportunity to rise. We often view failure as something to avoid, something that defines us in a negative light, but in reality, failure is one of the most important steps towards success. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. What you do after failure is what truly matters. It's easy to let failure knock you down and keep you there. It's easy to give up, to let the weight of your mistakes drag you down. But the greatest success stories don't come from those who never fail. They come from those who rise after they fall. When you fail, it's a sign that you are pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. You are challenging yourself to grow, to step into the unknown, to take risks. And while not every risk will pay off, every risk brings you closer to your true potential. Failure doesn't mean you are incapable. It means you are trying. It means you are moving forward, even if it feels like 2 steps back at times. So, what do you do after you fail? The answer is simple. You rise. You get back up, you dust yourself off, learn from the experience, and keep moving forward. Each time you rise after failure, you build resilience, you build strength. You prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. One of the greatest things about failure is that it forces you to confront your weaknesses. It forces you to reevaluate your methods, your approach, and your mindset. And in that process, you discover your strengths. You find new ways to approach challenges, new strategies to achieve your goals, and new ways to view success. Failure pushes you to become better. It's important to remember that failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's a part of the journey. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without facing failure. Every successful person has experienced setbacks, mistakes, and disappointments. But what sets them apart is their ability to rise after failure, to keep going when others would quit. So, if you face failure, know this. It's not the end of your story, it's just a chapter. The real story begins when you rise from that failure. That's when the growth happens. That's when you become the person who can achieve anything. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. You set your goals, you make your plans, and you put in the work. Yet, despite your best efforts, results don't come as quickly as you hoped. The world starts to feel like it's pushing back, and you start to question if you are on the right path. You might wonder if all your effort is worth it. But here is the truth. It's not about how quickly you reach your goals. It's about how much persistence you put into the journey. Persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, when the road is unclear, when you face setbacks that make you want to quit. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well. It's easy to feel inspired when everything falls into place. But true strength is shown in how you handle the moments when nothing is working, when you are exhausted, and when you face disappointment after disappointment. The key to achieving anything meaningful is persistence. It's understanding that the path to success is rarely a straight line. There will be detours. There will be failures. There will be moments when it feels like you are running in place. But it's in these moments that persistence becomes the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Think about the people who have made a lasting impact. Think about the inventors, the leaders, the athletes, the entrepreneurs. They didn't get to where they are by luck. They got there because they didn't give up. They kept going when everyone else told them it was impossible. They kept pushing, kept trying, kept believing. They didn't let temporary failure stop them. They used it as fuel to keep moving forward. Persistence is not about moving forward at all costs, ignoring the pain, and forcing yourself through obstacles. It's about the ability to take setbacks and use them as stepping stones. It's about adapting, learning, and growing stronger with each challenge. Persistence means finding a way when there seems to be none. It means knowing that every failure, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is part of the process. So when you are feeling discouraged, when it seems like the odds are stacked against you, remember this. Your persistence is your greatest strength. It's the ability to push through, to continue, to keep your vision clear even when things don't go according to plan. It's the courage to keep moving forward one step at a time even when it feels like nothing is changing. Success is not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about the ability to persist, to keep going when the journey gets hard, to continue working towards your goal despite the obstacles. It's about knowing that your dreams are worth fighting for, and that with persistence, you will eventually make them a reality. Have you ever felt paralyzed by the fear of what comes next? T here is something greater waiting for you, something that could change your life. But the thought of stepping into the unknown is terrifying. It's natural to fear what you cannot control. It's human to hesitate before taking a leap into uncharted territory. But here is the truth. The unknown is where growth happens. It's where transformation occurs. It's where your greatest potential is hidden. Fear of the unknown is one of the most common reasons people hold themselves back. We prefer the comfort of what we know, even if it's not what we truly want. The familiar may be holding us back, but at least it's safe. But here's the thing. Safety never leads to greatness. Comfort never leads to change. The path to your fullest potential is paved with uncertainty, risk, and fear. And it's in the moments when you push through the fear that you discover just how powerful you are. When you face the unknown, it's easy to imagine the worst-case scenario. You fear failure, rejection, or the idea that you might not be good enough. You fear the discomfort that comes with change. But the truth is, the unknown is not your enemy. The unknown is your opportunity. It's a chance to break free from the limitations you've placed on yourself. It's a chance to step into a future that's greater than anything you could have imagined. Think about the moments in your life when you've stepped out of your comfort zone. Think about the times you were scared, unsure, and uncertain, but you moved forward anyway. Every time you took that step, you grew. Every time you embraced the unknown, you got stronger. Every challenge you faced outside of your comfort zone prepared you for what's coming next. The fear of the unknown doesn't disappear overnight, but you can train yourself to face it head on. The key is to stop seeing the unknown as a threat and start seeing it as an opportunity. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on what could go right. Instead of worrying about failure, focus on what you could learn. Instead of fearing what's ahead, embrace the excitement of discovery. The unknown is not a void of nothingness. It's a world full of endless possibilities. The opportunities that await you are far greater than the fears that hold you back. The more you step into the unknown, the more you realize that fear is just a feeling. It doesn't control you unless you let it. When you begin to push through it, you realize that the unknown isn't nearly as scary as you once thought. The truth is, the best version of yourself is waiting for you just beyond the fear. It's in the unknown where you find your true strength, your true power. The world won't wait for you to feel ready. It's waiting for you to step up, to embrace the uncertainty, and to show the world what you are made of. Pain is something no one can escape. It touches everyone in different ways: loss, betrayal, disappointment, or failure. Pain often feels like a weight pressing down on your chest, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to keep going. It's tempting to let that pain consume you, to let it convince you that you are broken or defeated. But pain doesn't have to be the end of your story. In fact, pain can be the beginning of something extraordinary. Pain has a way of teaching us things we could never learn any other way. It strips away the superficial and reveals what truly matters. It forces us to confront who we are, to dig deep and find strength we didn't know we had. Pain, as much as it hurts, can be transformed into purpose. It can become the fuel that drives you forward, the fire that ignites your passion. When you experience pain, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it shape you. The difference lies in your perspective. Pain is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to prepare you. Every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, every moment of heartache heights, all building you into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone unstoppable. The truth is, the people who make the greatest impact in the world are often the ones who've endured the most pain. They've taken what they've been through and turned it into a mission. They've refused to let their struggles define them. Instead, they've used their experiences to fuel their journey, to inspire others, and to create change. Your pain can be your power. It can give you a deeper understanding of the world, a stronger connection to others, and a clearer sense of purpose. When you stop running from your pain and start leaning into it, you begin to see it for what it really is. A tool for growth. Pain is not the enemy, it's a teacher. It's there to show you what you are capable of enduring and to help you discover what you are meant to do. Think about the challenges you faced, the hardships you've overcome. Each one has left you with a lesson, a story, a piece of wisdom that no one else can replicate. Those experiences have prepared you for this moment. They've given you the tools you need to step into your purpose. So, don't let your pain be wasted. Don't let it hold you back or keep you stuck. Use it. Let it remind you of how far you've come and how much you are capable of. Let it push you to take the next step, to rise above your circumstances, and to become the person you were meant to be. Your pain does not define you. Your response to it does. Take that pain and turn it into something greater. Turn it into your purpose, your passion, your power. Pain often brings with it another challenge, resentment. When someone wrongs you, it's natural to hold on to anger, to replay the hurt over and over in your mind. You might think holding on to that resentment protects you, shields you from being hurt again, but in reality, resentment is a heavy burden. It doesn't just weigh you down, it keeps you trapped in the past, unable to move forward. The only way to truly heal is through forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about letting the other person off the hook. It's not about saying what they did was okay. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself. It's about taking back your power. When you hold on to anger and bitterness, it's like carrying around a heavy chain. It drains your energy, clouds your mind, and keeps you stuck in a place of pain. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks those chains. It's not for them, it's for you. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean you forget what happened. It doesn't mean you allow the same people to hurt you again. Forgiveness is about releasing the hold that the pain has over your life. It's about choosing peace over bitterness, freedom over anger. It's about deciding that your future is too important to be overshadowed by your past. The act of forgiving takes strength. It's not easy to look at someone who's hurt you and say, I release you. But the truth is, forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's about creating space in your heart and your mind for growth, for joy, and for the life you deserve. When you forgive, you are not just freeing yourself from resentment, you are making room for healing. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. We all make mistakes, and we all have moments we wish we could take back. But holding on to guilt and shame only keeps you stuck. Forgive yourself for the times you've fallen short, for the choices you wish you'd made differently. Recognize that every mistake was a lesson, every failure a stepping stone toward who you are becoming. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a choice you make every day. But each time you choose to let go of resentment, you take a step closer to freedom. Each time you choose forgiveness, you reclaim a piece of your power. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's the bridge that takes you from pain to peace, from resentment to resilience. It's the act of saying, I will not let this define me. I will not let this hold me back. I am moving forward. So, let go of the weight. Free yourself from the chains of anger and bitterness. Choose forgiveness and watch how your life begins to change. You've carried the weight long enough. The pain, the resentment, the doubts, they've been with you for too long. But now is the time to set them down and step into your next chapter. The journey you've been on wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to prepare you. Every scar, every tear, every struggle has been molding you into someone stronger, wiser, and ready to embrace the future that awaits. This is your moment. Right here, right now. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today is the day you decide that enough is enough. You are more than your pain. You are more than your past. You are a fighter, a survivor, and someone who refuses to be held back. The power to transform your life is in your hands. No one else can do it for you. No one else can walk this path. This is your journey, and only you can take the steps forward. Forgiveness has unlocked the door. The burden you've carried is beginning to lift. Now, it's time to step through that door and claim the life you were meant to live. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you rise from it. You've been shaped by your challenges, not defeated by them. And now, with each step you take, you are leaving behind the chains of the past and walking into a future filled with promise. But here is the key to making this transformation stick. It's not just about a decision today, it's about commitment every day. Commit to your growth. Commit to your healing. Commit to becoming the person you know you are capable of being. The journey won't always be easy, but the reward is worth it. And remember, you are not alone. There are countless others walking their own paths, overcoming their own struggles, and choosing to rise above. As you move forward, let your story inspire others. Share your lessons, your strength, your growth. Be a light in someone else's darkness. Because when you rise, you give others the courage to rise too. Your life is not just about you, it's about the impact you leave on the world. It's about making a difference, no matter how small. Now is your time. Take that step. Leave the pain behind. Embrace the unknown. Rise above. Your story is just beginning, and the best chapters are yet to be written. The world is waiting to see what you will do next. Make it unforgettable. Before you go, don't forget to take one more step. Share this journey with someone who needs it. Like this video if it resonated with you. Subscribe for more powerful messages to keep you inspired. And leave a comment below about the next chapter you are ready to write in your life. Remember, every action you take today builds the foundation for tomorrow. Your future is calling. Step into it with courage. The best is yet to come.